named school in Lusaka and was taken to the University Teaching Hospital UTH for pregnancy test without his or any representation from the family a week ago. According to Mr. Simwanza, Sam reported to the police that he has been abusing his two children, a boy and a girl, but according to him, it is not true, as he has been staying with them when they were 2 years old.
The police came and collected my children from my home, saying that I'm abusing them, suspecting that I'm abusing them. They didn't even ask for consent from me, that they're investigating. Whatever they're investigating, I don't know. If you look around my home, my children are alive. And it is not a crime to be single or to be a single parent, take care of the children. And I've been keeping these children, but the police disobeyed the direct order from the president, who says you should investigate first before you act. Why the police have gotten my children, I don't know. Who is doing it, I don't know. But I'm asking for single parents. If you are a single parent, I'm asking you to stand with me. I miss my children. I love my children. They are my life.
According to Mr. Simwanza, he has been to the Lusaka Central Police just for him to see his children, but to no avail.
Because I've been to police command, I've been to Central Police, officer in charge, I've been everywhere. Up to now, for 1 week, I haven't been told where my children are. And the police are playing psychological warfare. They're persecuting me because I have a right as a Zambian citizen to know where my babies are. Because I don't know whether my children are dead or I don't know if they are alive. This is not fair in my Christian country where it's full of hatred.
And Deputy Police Public Relations Officer Dan Mwale, in a phone interview, has this to say.
Police, together with the child protection officer, yes, they had information that the kids are being abused in the house. Who is abusing those children in that house? This is the matter which we are investigating. So what we did was to get those children and put them at a safe home as they are undergoing medical examination. Yes, so currently the kids are undergoing medical examinations and they are at the safe home. Investigations are still ongoing, but the father was talked to by the police and officers from child protection. He was talked to, and is the one who even said, in that case, as you are carrying out medical examinations, he even supplied us with one of his relatives. In the first place, we are not saying it's him who is abusing him, no. As we are abusing the children, no. Yeah, we are saying those children were abused in that house. We were just looking for medical examination results, and then thereafter now we move to the next stage now to say who has been abusing these children. They will tell us. So we should not jump the gun, no.
Margaret Chota, MUVI TV News in Lusaka.
The Center for Environment Justice CEJ has called for enhanced efforts towards ending pollution of streams in mining communities in Zambia. CEJ Head of Research Freeman Mubanga says the organization has been observing how coal mining activities in Sinazongwe District, Southern Province, has contributed to air and water pollution. Mr. Mubanga cited in Kandawe area in Sinazongwe District, where Kolam Coal Mines is located, as a place where water from the boreholes and wells is contaminated. The CEJ Head of Research added that Sikalamba Stream and Nkandawe Dam are declared unfit for both human and animal consumption by the Ministry of Health. His remarks are that during CEJ's expedition in Sinazongwe District, community members in Mamba Ward cited 5 streams in the area that are polluted with coal. Mr. Mwanga revealed that Kanzinze, Sikebo, Siazanipa, Izuma and Liabomba streams are polluted. He says community members have noticed that sustained consumption of water brings about stomach complications characterized by severe abdominal pains. Mr. Mubanga has since called upon Zambia Environmental Management Agency ZEMA to take radical actions in ensuring that mining firms in Sinazongwe are following the environmental laws. Mr. Mubanga says some coal mines in Sinazongwe are reported to have been warned by ZEMA, and yet no tangible actions have been taken to control water pollution.
Water pollution in Sinazongwe district remains one of those pressing environmental issues that require urgent interventions. About 5 streams in Mamba chiefdom are polluted with coal. And community members during our expeditions in the district were highlighting some of the issues that are happening because of such issues as regards to water pollution. Impacts on gardening and other agricultural activities that are being impeded because of pollution in the water. So what we are calling for is serious interventions that can help safeguarding of these natural water body systems, especially water body systems that are often used by the communities and children that are crossing those streams going to school. We are hopeful that moving forward, the new Dawn administration will address water pollution in mining communities so as to safeguard the lives of the host communities in these mining areas.
You're watching the MUVI TV news. For now, we take a break. We'll be back.
The past 2 years have been a time of learning new ways of doing business in a new world, and many businesses are hungry to create new linkages. The Zambia International Trade Fair provides a platform for you to engage with the world, showcase your product, share ideas, learn from others, and get recognized for your innovation. It is also a place to get away and be entertained by various acts. And this year's Back from COVID affair has got bangers lined up. We are not taking this return lightly. The trade fair will be high energy, high performance, high engagement, and high trade. Come on, grab a stand. Let's get back to business and take back the years that COVID has taken.
Stands to win 250,000 kwacha each race, plus 100,000 kwacha in our end of season draw. 4 to flag, free to enter. No under 18, regulated by the Lotteries Board.
News. Now, Paramount Chief Chitimukulu of the Bemba people has called on Zambians to respect and preserve their culture. Speaking during the Ukusefia Pangwena fundraising gala dinner in Kasama, the Paramount Chief said people of all tribes should endeavor to preserve their culture because it is the backbone and uniting factor of any nation. He pointed out that culture defines the evolutionary identity and keeps people bounded in the spirit of Ubuntu. The traditional leader stated that traditional ceremonies are essential because they enable young ones to learn, understand, and appreciate their existence. And Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Lewis Mwape says government attaches great importance to the role the traditional ceremonies play in fostering unity. The Deputy Permanent Secretary added, traditional ceremonies are also a major contributor to the tourism industry. Mr. Mwape noted that government is putting in place a policy that supports culture and the arts industry. Speaking earlier, Ukusefia Pangwena Northern Province Organizing Committee Vice Chairperson Fidelis Kapoka thanked government and the business community in Kasama for their overwhelming support in raising funds. Mr. Kapoko says the funds that have been raised will be directed towards the preparation of the hosting of the Ukusefya Pangwana in Mungu district. A good number of Kasama residents attended last night's Ukusefya Pangwana gala dinner and made donations and pledges which amounted to 61,000. The Ukusefya Pangwana traditional ceremony was last held in 2018, and this has been attributed to COVID-19 in 2020 and 2021 and the death of Senior Chief Mwamba in 2019. This year's ceremony will be held on the 12th and 13th of August in Mungu district. And peace ahead of the Unity Day. Pastor Kiana explains that Unity Day is about peace of people living together despite other differences such as their tribes. He says Zambia has about 72 tribes, but it is good that people have managed living and sharing together for many years. He says unity starts with families.
We are coming from a situation where political violence and capitalism has been the order of the day. Witnessing what has been happening from the cadres, but as we are about to commemorate Unity Day, what I can talk about Unity Day, it's about so many tribes, but we have managed to come together and live together for so many years, and unity starts with families, and when it comes, the result of unity is the peace we always talk about in Zambia. And this is the reason why you have seen the unity in our communities and also in our families, and this has resulted into the peace.
Called on African leaders to endeavor in creating conducive environment for business opportunities for their citizens so that they could strive for themselves as opposed to preventing those in province. Grand finale, Mr. Ndambo says the poverty of Africa requires everyone's contribution, more especially those in business. And Mr. Ndambo took advantage of the misconduct, stating that the move was inhumane as it does not meet Zambia's national anthem, which aims at promoting peace and unity. Mr. Ndambo had earlier made a mistake. Meanwhile, Southern Province Minister Cornelius Mwentua clarified to the audience and Mr. Ndambo that 4 students were immediately reinstated by the Ministry of Health. Advanced stage. Currently, pupils who are pursuing grade 8 to 12 are squatting at St. Francis Primary School. St. Francis Secondary School head teacher Greenwell Nyambe says once the school is complete, all the pupils squatting at the primary school will be taken to the new secondary school. And Solwezi Central Member of Parliament Stanford Mulusa has pledged to add another 3 bathrooms.
As you know where we're coming from, we do not have adequate class space for the pupils squatting at the primary school till 8. We have never seen a block for a secondary school. So this is the first one to be built so far, and the Honorable, we are also happy that you have come to our aid at this place.
I think even as the government, especially the new drawn government, we have challenges with the councils. The councils, some councils are inflating, because there was no justification. It was expensive maybe 2 years ago, especially the cement when cement was very high. But now cement pricing is coming down, and we expect the infrastructure like this to cost less. They paid the 1x3 classroom block at 1.5 million. We said no, don't misuse the money under the new Don government. So we are back to 600. Even 600 is enough. But I think if you can build such a huge infrastructure, because this is not the diagrams for secondary school that way.
Government has described the late cabinet minister under the Patriotic Front administration, Christabel Ngimbu, as a patriotic citizen who served the people of Northwestern Province and the country diligently. Representing government provincial minister Robert Lihefu says the late Miss Ngimbu, a former diplomat and Zambezi West member of parliament, was development-oriented, which people must emulate. Mr. Lihefu says this during the burial ceremony of the late Miss Ngimbu, who served as Minister of lands in the Patriot Front government. Ms. Ngimbu died on Monday, 27th of July 2022 at Manasoko Military Hospital after an illness. Mr. Lihefu says Ms. Ngimbu contributed to the development of the province and the nation in many ways. He says her works have left indelible mark in the lives of people she closely worked with. Mr. Lihefu has since appealed to the people in the province to emulate the hard work, commitment, loyalty, and patriotism Mr. Ngimbu exhibited. And the brother, Lieutenant Colonel Ted Ngimbu, retired, described his sister as a pillar who looked after all family members without segregation. Lieutenant Colonel Ngimbu says the family will remember her for having a heart to serve her people and for many developmental projects she implemented in her area. Giving a vote of thanks on behalf of the family, Lieutenant General Paul Mihova thanked President Hakainde Hichilema and the government for honoring Ms. Ngimbu with a befitting burial. The Ndungu Royal Establishment has also described Ms. Ngimbu as a person who was full of love, loyalty, and obedience. The late Ms. Ngimbu died at the age of 56 and is survived by 5 children and 3 grandchildren. Socialist Party National Chairperson for Mobilization, Horace Longwe, says government should revert to the old Constituency Development Fund CDF amount, which was allocated to each constituency previously, stating that the new amount is inaccessible by some constituencies as it is too high. He observed the sadness that the 2022 budget has not met the needy, pertinent issues of the nation, and that government should introspect and see some of the projects that they promise to achieve, like the Constituency Development Fund CDF, which has been challenging as witnessed so far. Speaking in an interview, Mr. Longwe notes the 25.7 million kwacha is too much as there is no capacity.
What the expectations of the Zambian people, in the sense that the 2022 budget, the government overpromised in many areas. For instance, if you look at the CDF, the way it was handled, I think that money, 25.7 million, was just too much to be given into a constituency. I believe that we still do not have capacity on how our parliamentarians or the people responsible for handling of CDF should have done. And the government itself, this has proved to be a disaster. So I'm encouraging the government to rescind or to reschedule this, revise the whole system. That money which has been pronounced, I believe, is just too much for a constituency, and probably we should revert to the normal system or the normal amount which was being handled. Or if it's an
We have more stories after this break.
Nothing works up our emotions like a good game of sports.
Why not enter television, go passa?
And just like life, all it could take is one crazy idea to change the game and set the stage for your success.
Okay, guys, listen. We have to tighten our defense. You, make sure you pass the ball. Let's go.
This is how winners are made. They spot a chance to own the game and seize that chance to take their fate into their own hands. Are you ready to win? 1xBet. Bets for every taste.
How to send and receive money to and from other networks. Step 1. Get some fresh air. Step 2. Say hello to a friend and save his time. Step 3. Bail a bro by sending him money directly on his phone. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
The deal. Stand a chance to win yourself a variety of household goods ranging from TV sets, fridges, and sofa sets, and there's so many latest phones that are up for grabs. Not forgetting Luzulu. Chelete, cash money. There's a lot of money that is up for grabs every day that you're going to participate on the show, be it daily, weekly, and at the end, which is a grand draw. So how to play? Dial *265 *13275 and then the amount that you're drawing for, which could be daily 2 kwacha, weekly 3 kwacha, and grand 5 kwacha. That is all you got to do to participate in the New Deal game show. Come and win. So stand a chance to win.
The past 2 years have been a time of learning new ways of doing business in a new world, and many businesses are hungry to create new linkages. The Zambia International Trade Fair provides a platform for you to engage with the world, showcase your product, share ideas, learn from others, and get recognized for your innovation. It is also a place to get away and be entertained by various acts. And this year's Back from COVID affair has got bangers lined up. We are not taking this return lightly. The trade fair will be high energy, high performance, high engagement, and high trade. Come on, grab a stand. Let's get back to business and take back the years that COVID has taken.
Grandpa, will you please tell me a story?
This is the source of all good stories.
Grandpa, but that's only today's Daily Mail.
This newspaper has all the stories you need to know. Did you know that Zambia got its independence in 1964? And guess what? This newspaper covered the story. It was called the Central African Mail then. It also covered the story of Chiluba, re-ushering Zambia's multi-party democratic system. Sometimes this paper brought us sad stories. Other times it brought us great news. But this paper goes beyond facts. I got my first job by looking at the job advert section of the newspaper.
Wow! This paper really has everything.
Yes, it does, my grandchild. And this is the story of Zambia.
Zambia Daily Mail, without fear or favor.
Welcome back. Now, a named Chinese businessman has resurfaced with an illegal construction of a wharfens on a road reserve along Ali Kinkata in Lusaka's mass media complex. The Chinese businessman was spotted by some onlookers on Saturday afternoon putting up a foundation on the reserve road named Sarah Mubanga Street, the area the council denied any from development. And to be specific, in 2018, the former ruling party, PF, through the council, spearheaded demolition of the wharfens on the said road reserves as it was almost taken over by the Chinese businessman. And some concerned Kalingalinga residents on Sunday afternoon expressed sadness over the development.
Bare land in Lusaka seems to be running out, and any that is left is slowly becoming the gold of the district. Many people are desperate to own land, especially for commercial or residential purposes. However, in Wat Milik Road, Sarah Mubanga Street in Lusaka's mass media area has suddenly become a construction site where structures are being put up.
This is a public road, and how can a person acquire a title deed on a public road? Surely, I don't know where this stinking corruption is taking us. Because nobody with 5 senses can construct.
This is not the first time that such an activity is taking place on the road, as previously, Patriotic Front cadres had done the same on 2 occasions, but the structures were demolished. Not only are they constructing on the road, but also on the drainage as well. Mr. Nyambena Lomino is one of the residents in the area.
One, it's a road. Number two, there's a drain. That drain is the one which gets most of the water in mass media. If the drain is closed, we are going to have a very, very big problem because the mass media part behind will be flooding all the time. So it's very, very wrong for someone to build on this road. We also have water lines for Lusaka Water and Sewerage Company, and also some internet things which are passing just here. So how can someone come and build? And then the timing of the building shows that there should be something wrong here. They are coming at a long weekend when it's very difficult for us to go through to the different offices to find out what is something. These are the things that we voted you in to work on. I'm also calling upon the president also to see that there's no this kind of corruption, if there's any corruption here, to investigate.
Munali Ward 36 Councillor Mukubesa Nyoni says he is shocked that any logical person can build a structure on a degazetted road.
It is illegal and it has to be demolished because that is a road. I'm very confident by Wednesday you will see action taking place there. Right away, any layman can see that this is a road.
So behind along a degazetted road and drainage, the ones running this project are yet to be identified. However, only a Chinese national seemingly running this project has been spotted right here at the project works. Virginia Chilongo, MUVI TV News, Lusaka.
Meanwhile, the Lusaka City Council has allegedly removed all mobile money and other vending booths along the Great East Road. Reasons for this remain unknown. However, sources have informed MUVI TV News that this is because government does not want the dignitaries attending the African Union Summit in Lusaka this month to see the booths. Martin Chisenga, a booth-honored Arcades bus stop, says officers from the Lusaka City Council informed him and his colleagues that their booths will be removed and returned after a few weeks. You're still watching the MUVI TV News. We take another set of commercials. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winning is back on MUVI TV, your channel of choice. And this time around is called the New Deal Game Show. The deal. Stand a chance to win yourself a variety of household goods ranging from TV sets, fridges, and sofa sets. And there's so many latest phones that are up for grabs. Not forgetting Luzulu, Chelete, cash money. There's a lot of money that is up for grabs every day that you're going to participate on the show, be it daily, weekly, and at the end, which is grand draw. So how to play? Dial *265 *13275 and then the amount that you're drawing for, which could be daily 2 kwacha, weekly 3 kwacha, and grand 5 kwacha. That is all you got to do to participate in the New Deal Game Show. Come and win. So stand a chance to win anyway!
How to use your home Airtel Money wallet when traveling across Africa. Step 1. Get used to a new place. Step 2. Learn the language and culture. Step 3. Pay your bills in a foreign country using your home Airtel Money wallet. Airtel Money. Instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome back, and now for the rest of the news. Now, Kafue District Commissioner Maurice Higapulwe has urged people of Kafue District to form cooperatives in order to access support from the government. Mr. Higapulwe says the new donor government has not only prioritized the formation of farmer-based cooperatives, but is also promoting mono-agricultural cooperatives. More in the report.
Small and medium enterprise development in Kafue District celebrates 100 years of International Cooperative Day of existence since its inception. Speaking at Kosa Stadium, Kafue District Commissioner Maurice Higapulwe says the new Dawn government has prioritized not only the formation of cooperatives but also the promotion of non-agriculture cooperatives.
As we mark 100 years of celebrating cooperatives, we need to ensure that as cooperatives we participate in building a better world and specifically a better Kafue. We should understand that cooperatives are engines of economic growth, offering a dynamic and flexible business model in production, marketing, and service delivery.
District Cooperative and Entrepreneurship Development Officer Tafara Mkukwa says the aim of the Cooperative Day is to increase awareness.
We wish to note that we have registered quite a number of cooperatives, over 50 in the past.
Boya kuonesa vilima vatu vonse ero na kusekera day atu inameta kwanza 100 years mcooperative koko ndo la manini ngichifua cooperative ya titani zila maningi
kama yazohusiana sana Kafue District, so cooperation among cooperatives is so important ati ngatandize kuchita vindu chifua vina machitawanzana kusaidia nangu imwe okwanu sumu vichiziwa mukabwera kuno mukamzavi wone mzavi kunzira to kasi vindu ndivabwe no nafetika vichi.
Minister of Energy, Engineer Peter Kapala, has disclosed that a new pipeline, which has already covered 700 kilometers on the Tanzanian side, will start pumping diesel into Zambia once it reaches Mpika, where there is a fuel depot. Mr. Kapala also says in a few months' time, the existing FM radio in Mansa district, Engineer Kapala notes, phase 1 of the new pipeline, which is bigger in diameter than the existing Tazama pipeline, will end in Mpika district and the phase Boise.
There is a pipeline to the inches. It is bigger than it, so that you see to actually reduce distance. Ya truck kuya kusanda kuda salamu na kubairo kubarea. Ntokya kulusaka mamvu kulusaka nako kuti aba phase 2 nango phase 3 itatulaloesha kunefya olupya tukafwa after goma mine kule nayo yenge akaba into full production nokushishako kuba nenzo abena Congo
and encroach a road reserve in mass media area. A 57-year-old father of Imasdale area cried for his 2 children missing. CEJ bemoans the pollution taking place in some streams. Preservation of culture. Kafue celebrates 100 years of cooperative movement, ICD, compressed. Well, thank you so much for having joined us for the MUVI TV news. On behalf of